Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you had for me. We've gotten a lot of new followers here and I just want to take the time to thank you for being here and I want you guys to know me. So thank you for all of those who asked questions. I'm out here on my new patio set. The cats are enjoying it as well. This company has sent me several of their pieces of furniture to put together, and I'm always amazed at how easily it goes together and how comfortable it really is. We are a little worried because this looks kind of just like mesh, but I like that it's washable. It was raining the other day. You can't even tell, it dries great. The table is tempered glass, and if I learned anything from Squid Game, that means that it can hold 2 people. I'm just kidding, don't stand on it, but I like that it's strong. I was able to get this put together outside on a sunny day, and I hope that you give them a try. I do have their information linked below if you'd like to go check them out. All right guys, so let's get into these questions. Sorry, one of the ladies is leaving me some breakfast. A question that a lot of you asked in a similar way was about the kids and how they're enjoying school, whether we have any regrets towards it, and if I'm planning on continuing it. And I just want to let you know that they are doing fantastic. You know, that I was struggling at teaching them how to read, and they've picked up on it so great there. So I'm super proud of them. They've made friends, we're doing activities. So we are definitely going to continue with the public school system for now. I don't have any concerns at the moment, and I think it's going great. I'm enjoying my extra time off. Oh, one of the questions was, what do I do? I was like, well, I'm a chicken tender, so I do that. Husband needs me to run errands every once in a while, so I'll do that. But we're mostly enjoying me being home. I'm kind of getting the house into shape, getting stuff organized that we haven't been able to do in a while. And I'm just, you know, being the stay-at-home housewife at the moment, which I absolutely love. And one of you asked if I'd ever go back to the workforce again, and you know, at this moment I don't think so, because I'm really enjoying having the freedom of having my channel. My channel is successful, and we're enjoying having me home. So if that way a kid is sick or I need to run something up to the school, I'm available and we don't have to worry about me needing to get time off my job or anything. So this is really working out for us. So we are going to continue with this. The kids have about 4 weeks left of school and then they're off for the summer, and then we'll be back to where we started with kids home every day. But it'll be super fun, and we have a lot of good summer activities planned. That was another question, was what kind of activities do we have planned? We're going to be doing some camping, doing some hiking, enjoying the river. So just enjoying all of the summertime in Montana, all 2 months of it. All right, another question. Okay, number 2 was plans for the summer. Number 3, would I consider doing a series of copycat recipes? And the answer is yes, I actually want to do that. So if you guys have a certain recipe that you want me to copycat, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to start getting a queue going on different recipes, and then as I have the ingredients or the time, then I can start making those happen. For how long can freezer meals last? So this is a really good question, and honestly it depends on how you wrap it. If you just put it in a Walmart bag, it's not going to last very long. If you put it in a gallon Ziploc bag, it's going to last a little longer. If you vacuum seal it, it's going to last even longer. So a lot of it depends on the preserving of the frozen food, but mostly I would say frozen food is good for 1 year to 2 years. That's about how I have it. I would say 2 years is the latest that food is in my freezer, but I have to make sure that it stays rotated, and you want to make sure you're eating the older stuff first. But yeah, freezer meals anywhere, you know, 6 months to 1 year. It depends on how you wrap them, but honestly my pre-prepped freezer meals don't usually last that long. All right, next question. I've heard Montana people are very unaccepting of outsiders. Have I found that to be true? And I know what you're talking about. Like, I know the stereotype behind that, and it's I think it's mostly aimed towards the Californians, because they feel like they come in and they buy up all the property and then they raise property taxes, and a lot of the locals are not being able to buy property or are homeless because the cost of living has gone up so much from so many people out of state moving in. So that's kind of where that hostile don't come to Montana comes from. But as a person moving to Montana. I moved from Missouri 4 years ago, and our very first day here, I had a flat tire in the drive-thru of McDonald's, and the guy behind me lets me know and has me pull over to the parking lot, and he comes behind me and he's like, I gotta fix a flat in my car, can I help you? And I was like, please. And so he used his fix a flat, fixed my tire, and then he's like, there's a gas station across the street, I can follow you there, we can make sure your tire's blown up. I'm like, that would be great, thank you. And he did that, and as we were staying in a hotel getting ready to rent this place, we actually had to stay at a live-in, like a long stay hotel for 3 weeks before our house was ready for us to move in. So that was fun. And but this was the very first day, and this guy helped me, and I was like, thank you so much. He went out of his way, and he's like, I just would want someone to do that for my sister or my, you know, my mom. I would want someone to help them. And I was blown away. And the people here are so nice. The community here is so accepting, and it makes me want to be a better person. It makes me want to get involved in the community more. So in a way, Montanans are a little hostile towards other people, but I think it's mostly just people that are buying up all the property, where the people who are born and raised here can't even afford to live here anymore, you know, and that's a real shame. So that's kind of where that comes from. But overall, I would say we're pretty nice people. How do I write my budget list for my family? My husband makes flat rate on his as a mechanic, so it kind of depends on how many jobs he can get done and things like that. But we have a base, like we kind of got off of the smallest check he's had, and that's kind of like our base, and then we take our bills and expenses out of that, and then whatever's left over, that's what we decide goes into what. And honestly, most of it just goes into groceries. It's you know, occasionally we get a surprise bill and it's not fun, so it seems like as soon as you're getting a nice little nest egg, something comes up, car breaks down, anything, and then it's gone and you got to start all over again. So that's definitely frustrating in that department. So it depends on his check, and then if he has any extra, we decide what to do with it at the end of the month. So that's kind of where I start and how I do it. Next question is, do I have any hobbies? I like to think I do. I used to sew like ponchos and stuff, but I haven't touched the sewing machine since I moved here. It was something I did just a little bit, but I wouldn't really say that's my passion. Like once I've been able to get out of the workforce, like out of working at Applebee's and Ruby Tuesday and restaurants like that, and be able to be home, I taught myself how to pressure can, taught myself how to do freeze-dried food, teaching myself more about cooking and different ingredients. So really being in the kitchen is my hobby and my passion. I love learning about food. I love cooking food. I think it's just amazing how you have a bunch of raw ingredients, you add some heat and some fat, and poof, you know, it's a dish and it's delicious. And I like trying new spices, and I don't know, that's kind of my passion, is just, you know, cooking food. But I'm also discovering my love for chickens. I actually think next year I want to try and breed certain breeds and like either sell fertilized eggs or incubate some and sell the chicks. I think that would be fun because Betty Jan and I just love chickens, and I think that would be a good path for us because we have them here and we might as well, right? So chickens and cooking is my hobby. I also enjoy cooking chickens, so do with that what you will. All right, next question. I know this is from you, Amanda. She wants to know, when am I going to make that pumpkin roll for my husband? You're right, I am so due for it. Husband's favorite is pumpkin, and I promised him a pumpkin roll last fall and I never got it to him. So I need to just do it. It's not even that hard. I'll do it. All right, Amanda, I'm putting it on the list, okay? We're putting it on the list. Another one, you want to know, what is husband's first name? Because I just call him husband, which that's not really like a controlling thing. It's a pet name kind of thing. Like we would be like, hi husband, and he's hi wife. And then we just never quit calling each other that. So he calls me wife and I call him husband, but his name is Trey. Next question is, what's my favorite meal I've ever made from the food pantry? Man, one time I made those fried macaroni cheese balls. Those were really good. I used that out of the Costco mac and cheese. Oh, that was a good one. I can leave that video linked below if you'd like to go check it out. And then one time I got that giant kohlrabi. I know I always forget the L, kohlrabi. I got a giant one of those. That was amazing. I've gotten lamb there. Lamb was really nice to try. I also have some veal steaks that I haven't tried yet. I need to try that. Veal's one of the meats I haven't tried. I've tried elk, I've tried bison, and I've tried venison, but I have not tried veal. So that should be on my list soon to try veal. See, I have a bucket list of foods I want to try. That's on my bucket list, or restaurants I want to go to. All right, so we're halfway through. Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa, answering your questions. I wrote that just for you right now. Okay. All right, next one. Why haven't I tried fried chicken? I would say I'm intimidated by fried chicken because I feel like it's going to be undercooked and raw in the inside, and it's just, you know, the different sizes of cooking a breast versus a wing. I don't know, I haven't done it before. I've never seen it done. I feel more comfortable when I watch something be done, you know. So that's why I haven't tried it yet, but you're right. You have to learn how to make good fried chicken if you want to call yourself a cook, right? So that should be on my list as well. Thank you for that reminder. Next question was my father in the military? He was in the Air Force, and that's why I was born in Holland while he was there. And then he retired shortly after that, and he got a job working for Boeing. And that's how we ended up in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for 7 years, as my dad worked for Boeing. Next one is asking about my tattoos. How many tattoos do I have and what's their meaning? I know a lot of you ask about my butterflies, and this definitely has meaning. I got it for each member of our family. So orange is for husband. Now, I almost didn't get one because they say you never want to put like your boyfriend's name or the face on you, and I was like, well, you know, if anything happens to husband and I, it's just a butterfly, you know. So husband's favorite color is orange, so we have an orange butterfly for him, purple butterfly for me, pink butterfly for Betty Jan, and then a blue one for Conrad and a red one for Gideon. And that was if we decide to have any more babies, then I can just add a couple more butterflies and change the color up a bit. Man, I need some lotion. So that's what my butterflies mean, and this is my favorite tattoo. The guy free-handed the watercolor himself. I was just amazed by it. So I have that one, and then I have my ear tattoo. That's just a cute little flower. I like that one. And then I also have 2 roses on this ankle. That is a matching tattoo with my mom. I got when I was 16, my very first tattoo. Got matching with my mother. Oh my gosh, socks. Look at this cat. Socks, what are you doing up there? What are you doing? Crazy cat. Coming down. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, she's on the edge of their seats. Good job, Socks. Good job. She's our adventurer. She's the one who leaves the mice at the front door. You know, she wants to help me feed my family, so she leaves us dead mice on our front door. She takes such good care of us, you know. Okay, where was I? Oh, tattoos. So very first tattoo was matching with my mom, 2 roses entwined, and then our favorite colors. And then I have a shamrock on one inside of the ankle because my birthday's on St. Patrick's Day, and I'm part Irish, I believe. I'm kind of a mutt. And then I have a Chinese symbol. Yeah, I know, I got them when they were super popular. And it says baker because I went to pastry school and I was becoming a baker. So that's what that means. I'm definitely due for another one. The last one I got was my butterflies, and that was 5 years ago. And if you have tattoos, you know, you just kind of get like this craving. You're like, oh, I'm ready for another tattoo. But I don't have anything planned yet. I kind of think it would be a Montana one if I do end up getting one. But it's not really high on the priority list right now. But I think that would be fun to have some kind of mountain or river or, I don't know, some kind of Montana theme because we just love it here. All right, next question is about our baby chicks. Wants to know if we know what the sex of them are and would I be ordering from them again? And I don't quite know yet. Some of them I'm pretty sure are females, but none are crowing yet. They're all over there munching. None are crowing yet, so I'm not quite sure. We figured out what a couple of them are, but some of the chicks we still don't know what they are. And that was super fun. I think next time I'm not gonna get the poultry one where I also got turkeys and ducks. I'm just going to get like rare breed mystery or maybe egg layer mysteries. Those are kind of fun. Like I like the idea of just being surprised and getting whatever instead of hand picking each and every one, you know. So that was a lot of fun, and I did order them from Cackle Hatchery. So if you're interested, they have a great one. They're based out of Missouri as well. All right, next question. How long have I been married and what is it like to live in Montana? I've been married, it's actually going to be our 10th wedding anniversary this year in October. So I've been married for 9 years, and we've known each other for 10 years, going on 11. We actually just dated for a year before we got married. We just knew, you know, that moment where you just, all other relationships just seemed hard and a struggle, and this one was just so easy. And I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop, you know, like, all right, what's wrong with him? Something's got to be wrong with him, you know. And I'm like, all right, okay, he's fine with that. What else is wrong with him, you know? So I keep waiting to find out what's wrong with him, and I'm still waiting. I haven't discovered it yet. So it's pretty great. We haven't decided what we're gonna do for our 10-year yet. It's always so busy, and we don't really make a big deal out of anniversaries, but I don't know, 10 years, that seems like a pretty big mark. Maybe we can at least, I don't know, get a hotel somewhere or something for the night. But yeah, so I've been married almost 10 years now, and then living in Montana, it's like being on vacation and never stopping. I am amazed by the scenery. I look at these mountains every day, they look different. I'm enjoying the sunrises, I'm staring at clouds. Like, I just get the opportunity to be outside and explore nature without the humidity. That's probably a big thing for me in Missouri, was how humid it was. It was just so unpleasant to be outside. And here you don't have that. It's just so nice. And I'm hot-blooded, so I love the cold. I love the fact that it's cold here more often than it's hot. And it makes me happy. I love being here. That's one of the reasons why we are trying to stay here, is because we love it. Like, it's expensive, and it would be a lot cheaper if we went and lived somewhere else, but this environment makes us so happy, both of us so happy, that, you know, it's worth taking the time to invest in making a life here. All right, next question. Kids and husband's #1 meal request, and then my favorite food. Let's see. My favorite food is a ribeye steak. I love ribeye steaks. Blackened, so it's kind of got a spicy and charred surface, but medium rare inside. I like asparagus and a baked sweet potato with just a little bit of like honey butter or cinnamon butter. No brown sugar or marshmallow. Just baked sweet potato with a little bit of cinnamon butter would be so good. Yeah, I don't know, I really like steak. It's a good one. So I would say steak is my #1 choice. Husband is burgers. He always wants a burger. Like, if we go out to a fancy restaurant, he's like, did you have burgers? He just loves burgers. But his #1 request from me that I cook is he wants something saucy. That's his request. He's like, do with that what you will, but I want something saucy. So I usually either would make him like some kind of Alfredo pasta sauce, or I'll make like sloppy joes, I don't know, something like that, or enchiladas. I make enchiladas a lot. We really like enchiladas, so that's one of my go-tos, is enchiladas. But my favorite meal of all time is probably chicken piccata. I love chicken piccata. I've been meaning to make it more, just with having the capers and the lemon, and I like mine with mushrooms over pasta or even rice with that lemon sauce. It is so good. So chicken piccata is probably my #1 favorite meal, especially from the Cheesecake Factory. Theirs is so good. So I totally forgot about the kids. I guess I was a little caught up on what I enjoy. But I just asked them, and Betty Jan says her favorite meal is spaghetti with meatballs that I make. Gideon likes my chili mac, and Conrad likes mac and cheese with hot dogs. So those are their favorite meals that I make for them. All right, next question. Any plans for another baby? And if we do have another baby, what are the chances of it being twins? Well, I don't think we're gonna have another baby. I think we're pretty good. You know, I don't feel like we're missing anything, like, you know, our family's not complete yet. It's pretty nice having the kids going to school and not having to lug around baby stuff anymore. And I think we're okay. Like, we're really trying to focus on getting our own homestead, you know, and by getting out of renting and being able to get some land. So I need to be at my full, you know, and to having a baby, you gotta know that it's gonna take time away from you, and that's something, is that worth right now? And the cost, I mean, we did cloth diapers, so we would do that still here. But I think we're pretty good. I think we're pretty good. And the chances of me having another set of twins is high because 1, I'm getting older, I'm 36, and 2, the boys were fraternal twins, and that is more of a chance so you'll have another set of fraternal twins. So we always joke that if we go for another one, we'll end up with triplets because we had 1 and then we had twins. So another pregnancy, oh, triplets. So I think we're good for now, but we are leaving that option open if anything ever happened and we changed our mind. Another one question is, do I finish my massive cups of coffee? I mean, sometimes that's throughout the day. I don't mind reheating coffee. Usually after my live, my big one or whatever's left, I don't finish that. I'll just reheat it the next day. So, I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I mean, I probably drink about a pot of coffee a day, to be honest. I'm trying to cut back and drink more water in between, but yeah, I would say a pot of coffee. Dark roast is about average for me. All right, next question. I hope you guys are having fun. Make sure you're liking this. Oh my gosh, that's the first time I ever heard that rooster crow. Stripey's definitely a boy. I thought he was. Oh man, he's one of our Aracanas. That's the first time. Oh, his first crow. Oh, see, I just love chickens so much. All right, this question was, what did I think my adult life was going to be like? And I don't know, like I knew I always wanted to be a mom. I knew I wanted to be a mom. I know that my parents worked a lot when I was in high school, like constantly working. And I decided that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom if I could, because I would come home and, you know, my mom wouldn't be there. She'd be at work. My dad wouldn't get home till 6:30 or so. And then he usually just went straight to his computer room, you know, and at that point, they were both unhappy in their marriage. I didn't know that or realize that as a teenager, you know. It's only later as an adult I realized that's why they were like that and avoiding the house. But it was sad and lonely, you know, not having any parents there. So I just remembered that I wanted to be there for my kids. So I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. But I thought I wanted to live in the suburbs with like a white picket fence. But husband knocked that right out of me. And I definitely want to live out in the middle of nowhere with nobody now. Hi, honey. She's not feeling all the best, so she stayed home today. And I didn't know I wanted to be a cook or do anything in the food industry. It was just kind of random that I went to pastry school. I needed to pick something. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I was like, well, I like making cupcakes. Let's go to pastry school. And luckily for me, I had made that worked out and I ended up loving the food. I love working on the line and being a line cook. I kind of discovered I love more cooking than baking. But I've done cake decorating, donut frying, you know, baking, the holiday baking. Oh my gosh, I don't miss any of that. So I definitely don't miss working out in the workforce and having bosses and lists, and it's nice working for yourself, you know. All right, and then the last question, what was my favorite job I've ever had? Besides this one and you guys, I would probably say when I worked at Cheesecake Factory. I got there as a... Mama. Yes. I was a shiny new 18-year-old who knew nothing about working on a line. Like, I've only known about McDonald's and fast food. So that was my transition from fast food to line cooking and restaurant cooking, was the Cheesecake Factory. And you had to have your stuff together to work at the Cheesecake Factory. So I'm really glad that they were my first line cooking job, because they kind of set the bar really high when I had no experience. So I was able to meet that bar, and then any other job that I had, I always felt like I went over and beyond the average person because their bar was set lower than the Cheesecake Factory's bar. And it's a really good company and a really good restaurant. I wish we had one here. Not sponsored by the Cheesecake Factory, just really love that restaurant. One of you asked if my garden does well, and it usually does. We got some weed barriers down, so we're hoping to keep the weeds more under control. We got that electric mower now, so we're going to be able to keep up on the mowing, so that's going to help a lot too. And yeah, we're gonna plant lots of different plants, some beans, some tomatoes, some potatoes, watermelon, pumpkins. Our raspberries will grow. Yeah.
They grow every year.
They do grow every year, so it'll be really nice.
Just like the daffodils back there.
Yep.
Are they daffodils?
Yes. Well, guys, that's all the questions you had for me. Thanks for coming along and getting to know me better. Don't forget to check out this wonderful patio set for yourself. I'll have all the information linked below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time on Mama Bears.